let's explore error handling in Go, also known as Golang. In this video, we will master Go's explicit error handling approach, often referred to as the Go way. Go's error philosophy revolves around two core principles. First, explicit errors. Errors are values that must be handled explicitly at the call site. This means that when a function can return an error, the calling code must check for it and decide how to respond. Second, no exceptions. Unlike many other languages, Go does not have try-catch blocks or hidden control flow mechanisms for handling errors. Instead, errors are returned as values, just like any other data. At the heart of Go's error handling is the error interface. It is defined as type error interface with a method error that returns a string. Any type that implements this interface can be treated as an error in Go. The error method provides a human-readable description of the error. Now let's discuss how to create errors in Go. There are primarily two ways to create error values. The first is using the errors.New function. Import the errors package and then call the new function, passing in a string that describes the error. For example, you could declare a variable error and assign it the value errors.New something went wrong. The second way is using the fmt.Errorf function. Import the fmt package and then call the error function, passing in a format string and any arguments to be formatted into the error message. This is useful for creating more descriptive errors that include additional information. For example, you could declare a variable error and assign it the value fmt.Errorf failed %s reason. The idiomatic Go way to handle errors follows a simple pattern. First, call a function that returns a result and an error. Then check if the error is not nil. If the error is not nil, it means an error occurred, and you should handle it, typically by returning the error to the calling function. If the error is nil, it means the function executed successfully, and you can proceed to use the result. Here's the code. Result error equals do something. If error is not nil, then return error. Then use the result. This pattern is fundamental to Go's explicit error handling approach. Error wrapping is a technique used to add context to an error as it propagates up the call stack. This can be very helpful for debugging, as it allows you to see the chain of events that led to the error. There are two primary mechanisms for error wrapping. The first one is fmt.Errorf with %w. When creating an error with fmt.Errorf, you can use the %w verb to wrap another error. This adds the underlying error to the new error, creating a chain of errors. The second is errors.Unwrap. To retrieve the original error from a wrapped error, you can use the errors.Unwrap function. This function takes a wrapped error as input and returns the underlying error, if there is one. Go provides two useful functions in the errors package for checking errors. The first one is errors.Is. Use errors.Is to check if an error is a specific error value or is wrapping that error. This is useful for checking for sentinel errors, which are predefined error values. The second one is errors.As. Use errors.As to check if an error is of a specific type. If it is, errors.As will populate a target variable with the error value. This is useful for extracting specific information from an error. You can define your own custom error types in Go by creating a struct that implements the error interface. This allows you to create errors that carry additional information specific to your application. Define a struct with fields that hold the error details, and then implement the error method to return a string representation of the error. For example, type validation error struct with fields field of type string and message of type string. Then define a function error string for the struct validation error to return the error message. Here are some best practices for error handling in Go. First, handle early. Check and handle errors immediately after function calls. This prevents errors from propagating and potentially causing more significant problems later on. Second, wrap context. Add meaningful context when wrapping errors. This helps with debugging and provides more information about the cause of the error. Error handling is part of Go's design philosophy.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit CodeLucky.com for more such useful content.